everybody. You've been warned. It's my mom and my grandma. Good luck.
Good evening. Welcome to A Cup of Tea and a Laugh. As you can see, we're at a different location today. We are at some point going to get a studio set up, so then we'll be in one place. But till then. So today we decided to talk about Disneyland and being an adult.
A Disney adult.
A Disney adult. So I'm going to let Amber explain to you what a Disney adult is, why adults like Disney, and anything else she wants to talk about.
I know this is going to be controversial, but okay, so Disney adult basically is an adult who really likes going to Disneyland. It's very simple, but there's so many caveats to that. Like, I have a child, so I like going to Disneyland because I like to watch her and her reaction. But I enjoy it like a whole heck of a lot.
Don't let her fool you.
And I was just thinking when I started saying that, I was like, maybe would I ever go without her? And I was like, oh yeah, I think I would like go to Disney World where people do like the pub crawl kind of thing around the world. Like if I had friends my age.
Wait. Disney pub crawl?
Have you not heard this?
No.
At Disney World, there are so many different sections and they have so many so Disneyland, you can't get alcohol. You can on the, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't do alcohol in Disneyland, but they do it over
Adventureland?
No, it's California Adventure, yeah. But Disney World, you can literally go to like Japan, England, and there's different drinks that represent each country, and it's a big thing for Disney adults to go around the world drinking all different kinds of drinks. You should look it up. It looks amazing.
I don't drink that much, but that sounds
would be
like fun.
So much fun. Yeah, they've got wine festival there. They've got
Big Mickey Mouse over there.
Yep. They do challenge, like friends will do challenges that are grown adults. I mean, I think it gets a bad rep because Disney is supposed to be for kids and all this stuff. And people look at people who like Disney and go, why are you so into Disney princesses? And that's not it at all. Like for me, the business aspect of it, I mean, highly encourage somebody to go look up the psychology they use at Disney. Now I don't agree with price inflation and now the average middle class family can't go and things like that. That does suck. But at the same time, what do most of us love about Disney? It's clean, it's safe, it's predictable, they got a good running system, and that costs money. And that's probably why if you think of other places
they got the smells.
They've got this. Oh, there's a whole thing to it. So they pump scents around the park. So when you're within, it's so many feet of a churro stand, they'll pump the scents of churros to get people about 5 minutes before you see a churro stand going, God, a churro sounds really good right now. And you're like, why does that sound good? I just ate. And then all of a sudden you'll see a churro stand. They call it Go Away Green, where anytime they're doing any kind of construction, they use this one particular green, which they've done tests and studies that people just tend to not see. And so it never looks like it's being worked on or look unrepaired. I mean, you can spend hours, I have, just looking up the amount of work they've done to try and find all the little techniques and differences. They have a whole underground system where all their employees travel so that you never see somebody out of character or out of place or anything.
What were you telling me about the way the roads are so it makes the castle look bigger or something?
Yeah. So it's optical illusions. So basically, the buildings towards the front are bigger. I'm trying to remember if they're smaller or bigger, but basically it makes it look like as you're going, the castle is much bigger than it is and every building is bigger. They use optical illusions. They use sights and smells and sounds and it's great. I mean, I really get into it and then I appreciate it. I have a great appreciation for how much detail they put into things. And I will say, no employee, I've never seen an upset employee there. They're always super happy to be there. You don't hear about anybody complaining working for the company. And you go plenty of places where I go to In-N-Out and they're pretty much the same there too. Yeah. And it's either they're paying them, you can't make every single person
There's
really
Dutch
happy.
Bros too, but I've heard the reason why Dutch Bro might be a little natural and uninhibitors, shall we say.
Weed. They be smoking the weed.
That's true. It's legal in the States.
It's legal,
so,
yeah.
So, I mean.
But I don't know. I would like to hear from somebody who works for Disney what it's really like. But the only thing that does get me is the prices and the wait times. But I also, if you like to plan like I do, Disney's a dreamland because I have spent hours researching, like they have an app, they have fast passes, they have all these different kind of things. And there are a major difference between Disneyland and Disney World and what they offer and all that kind of stuff. It is a challenge and a game in itself to me to, one, figure out which dates. It's really important to go on dates that are not busy. Like I don't like Disneyland on an average busy day. You couldn't pay me enough to go on those days. Like no, thank you. But when I figure out the calendar and I figure out the schedule and I find that sweet spot where we go and the max time we wait in a line is 10, 20 minutes, the entire day they have to hear me go, "You're welcome. This is a great day. This is a low volume day. Because I'm just, it's a challenge." And then when we get there, am I stressed? Like when I'm trying to, or I think I'm more excited.
You are. I actually had a friend that was going to take her grandkids to Disney. And I said, well, Amber, knows pretty much how Disney works. And my friend said, can she come over and tell me? She goes, oh, will it be too much trouble?
I was so excited to help. Like if I didn't really like my job, planning people's Disney trips would probably be a great second career for me. But there's a whole sequence. Like it's a fun challenge for me. It's a puzzle to solve. And I love puzzles. Like I've looked at I know we're going, say, in April. And I look at, a couple ahead of time and I watch some YouTube videos because there's always people on YouTube posting like walking around the park. And if you guys want good recommendations of people, I've got some really good, Kyle Palo's a good one. There's some other, I'm trying to think of some other ones that I just watched a YouTube video last night that he posted. That's why his name's on the top of my head right now. But there's some really good ones out there. And it's like, they'll give you the tips and tricks. And then, I sit there and I get on the app and I just find it so much fun. Other people would be stressed. Other people would be like, this is too much. I just want to go on vacation. I want to sit. I want to relax. And I 100% get that. And that's why you would not be a Disney adult. There is some weird obsession with trying to find like the fast pass and okay, mom, I'm going to book the fast pass for us now. If we hit left and we skip Pirates of the Caribbean, either do it first thing in the morning or at night and then head straight over past Haunted Mansion, depending also on what time of year it is, head to Star Wars Land, get in that line, do the fast pass, come back to Haunted Mansion. You figure out psychologically too, how people disperse across the park. Anyway, I could go for an hour.
Of course, yeah. We have to be there at 7 a.m. because that's when the gates open or something. And that's
I rope drop. Rope drop? I'm sorry. It's a thing.
Explain what rope drop is for those that don't know.
Okay. So basically rope drop is where I really hope these people watching today want to know about Disney because you're going to know about it. Rope drop is, there's two different kinds. So if you're staying at the Disneyland hotels, which after this year will no longer be a thing, but you could actually get in, I think it was an hour earlier. We don't stay there. That's too expensive. And then rope drop basically is you're allowed into the main area, and there's like you go down Main Street, then there's like a big roundabout, and it's in front of the castle, and it's the roundabout area that leads you off into different lands. So you got Future, you got Adventureland, you've got, I can't think of all the names of them, but they have ropes at the beginning of each land, so everybody's allowed to filter in. You can walk around Main Street. You can get pins and badges you want. You can go into the stores. You can get breakfast. We did breakfast. Yep. There's lots to do and see. And then you wait by those ropes. And as soon as they drop, game on.
Sorry, that's her dog.
My dog. Ace, come here. Come here.
Did you feed him?
I fed him. Come here.
Come here, babe.
Come on. He's 14, so he just goes a little senile sometimes. But yeah, they drop the rope, and that is when the challenge begins. And I've already, come here. I've already got it figured out. Like I know exactly which land we're going to, what ride we're going to, how we're going to do it, go on to the next one. And I've got it all planned out. And you guys are such a good family. Y'all just follow and you smile and you go, whatever you want to do, Amber. And for somebody like me, it's the best thing ever because you've got friends and family that will go with you and enjoy it. And you guys do. You guys have a lot of good time and you enjoy it.
But again, she's our child, so we enjoy the enjoyment that she's getting.
I'm sure you just love watching me go, yeah, I got it. It's like winning. It's like pulling like a slot machine, and you're like, I got the 3 X's or whatever. You're just, sundown syndrome. He's sundowners. It's that time.
Does he do it every night?
Yep. When the sun starts going down, he's like, everybody is to know that I'm here. He gets like the puppy uppers for about 5 seconds, and then he's like, and I'm done.
Then it's like, oh, that hurt.
Yeah. But you guys are, and then my daughter, she watches, like, we don't watch that much YouTube. I don't want to sound like a parent that we're just sitting there watching YouTube. But she'll watch them with me, and now she's at that age, she's starting to get into it too. And like the last time we went, I heard her go, are we going to hit Pirates first, or are we going to jump over to Star Wars? And I was like, oh, she's figuring it out too. And then, yeah, and so she does. We're doing her thing today. She wanted to, pretend we're at Disney trying to hit a fast pass lightning lane. Go, Mom, go. It was like a jogathon for her school. And so she was, to get herself motivated, she was pretending she was running to the next ride. It was really cute.
So you had a friend that was an adult that got married there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the draws to get married at Disney?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Only because I think of how much it costs, and I'm like, oh, like, I mean, one of the draws I could see is that they plan it to the finest detail for you. If I had unlimited amount of money, like you guys were billionaires, heck yeah, it would be one of the prettiest weddings you've ever seen. Problem is they have to like work around the park hours. So like weddings happen at like 4 a.m. in the morning.
Ooh. No,
or like
no,
11
no,
or 12 p.m. at night. Like, no.
I didn't realize they had to work around the park.
Yeah, they can't do it during opening. There are some places in SeaWorld. There are some places in Disney World where it's like inside and they're set up for weddings. Those can happen during the day. But if you're actually getting married in front of the castle, or in like there's a garden in Disney World and I can't think of the name of it, those have to happen, from my understanding, during non-work hour, like non-park hours, basically.
How about fast passes? Are they worth it?
Yes. Well, I think it depends on what time you go. So if you do like I do and you plan it, like we went last October, we bought them and we didn't need them. Like we went, and you would think because of Halloween time, but we found a really good time, and we used one fast pass. All the rides were like maybe 10, 15 minute waits. So it just wasn't necessary. There was another time we went in the summertime, and I remember when it was really, really hot.
Yeah, I almost died, literally.
Yeah, literally. I was worried about her overheating. It was hot, and the lines were insane. So the Fast Pass saved us so much that time.
I don't have a thyroid, and so the thyroid regulates your body temperature, and so it was kind of dangerous. We just kept going into like the Little Mermaid ride because it was inside.
Yeah, it was inside. Yep, to cool down.
Little Mermaid so many times it wasn't funny. But
well, and then I feel bad, but when we have the fast pass and the lines are really long, I do walk by and go, bye, peasants. See you later, peasants. That's an asshole thing to do, but I do it. I'm like, sucks to suck. And then I feel bad because I'm like, oh my God, what if like one of them is this single mom or single dad who they've been saving for years for this trip and they just couldn't afford the fast pass, and I'm over here going, hey. And I was like, oh, that's karma's going to hit me in the butt on that one.
I have never thought that. Mm-hmm. Now she is threatening to put me in a wheelchair next time we go.
Threatening?
Okay,
I'm highly pumping her up for this. I'm like, Mom. Well, it would be legit. Like, it would. You struggle, like, to walk. It's 20 miles a day kind of thing.
In all fairness, yes. The last couple times, my legs have been swollen the size of an elephant's trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it does.
I mean, it's got to that point that I'm actually like, I want you to come, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe I'm pushing her too hard. Last time we went, we took breaks. We actually sat down at restaurants.
Last time
I go hardcore when we go. And so I realized that, and it was like, okay, we gotta back off.
The time before we went, we got back to the hotel, and I mean, I could barely walk back. We got back and my legs were so swollen.
Yeah.
It was
and so we started talking about they have the electric scooters there that you can rent, and I was like, let's rent you one, and that way you're not trying to. She's shorter than all of us, so it's not just your age or your out of shape.
And fat.
You're not old and fat. You also, I watch her like she tries to skip as she's walking because the rest of us are going so fast, and she's trying to. And it's like that's not fair to you. And then last time we went, I saw a bunch of people on those scooters, and I was like, that's perfect. But then I found out if you have a medical necessity, you can
Old
get
and
fast
fat.
passes. And I went, that's when I was like, hey, so I might take this wheelchair thing seriously. Like, because you have some things.
I mean, there is the fact, Jess, without thyroid, I do get overheated easy. So if I have to stand in a long line.
You can't stand in long
I can't stand in a long line. So I have to get out and go find some more shade and come back. I am very overweight. I am obese. So
obese.
So it's like, I can't walk long distances. I can do a mile or two, but yes, I think that one time we were averaging like 17 miles a day for 2 days.
Yes, no,
it was bad. So there's legit reason. But yeah, I mean, Disney is fun for all ages. I have to admit that there's a certain amount of prejudice, though, because when you're saying about adults going, I can see a single woman going and having a good time. Nobody say anything. But if it was a single dad going all the time.
I think as long as you got a kid with you, nobody's saying anything.
But if they didn't?
And people without kids get grief. And there's so many, if you look, like I've looked at videos that we took and pictures we've taken, there are so many adults without kids there. And they do, because everybody else thinks of Disney as a kid place. Yeah. And it's like, if you come from a creative side of it, this is how I see it. Yes, it's like, it's Disney princesses and it's cartoons and it's that. And I can see where you come. But if you think about from a creative aspect of it, like all the work that goes into it, and like I said, all the psychology behind it and everything like that. And yes, I'm sure if you looked up, there's some, and you could probably pitch in on this, there's probably some psychology of people wanting to relive their childhood and stuff like that. And I could see that. But there's also a safety thing about it. Like, it is one of the very few places where I've seen people post that it is very inclusive for everybody, whether, gay, straight, transgender, lesbian. So people feel safe there.
Yeah.
I never thought about that because I'm not. And it's really hard. You don't think about it unless you're in that situation. And it's like, yeah, because they make it very welcoming and very inviting and you don't feel judged. And the people that are there kind of are like, well, that's how it is here. And it's nobody gets.
But do you think they would judge if you knew it was a older male there with no kids versus an older female?
Himself?
He's by himself.
I do. So I will.
But what if it was an older? Say it was an older grandmother there by herself. Because the grandmother, I think you would think, maybe she's with the grandkids, or maybe she's just missing grandkids.
I guess it depends on how they're acting.
And with the grandfather, it could be the same thing. He could be reliving times he went there with his grandkids.
I was about to say, if he's sitting on a bench with a thing of popcorn, he's looking up at the castle, I would not think that's weird. If he's standing in a corner just staring at kids walk by,
I guess that would be what it would
that's be. Where I'd go, that's out of place.
Because I've heard people make comments about that. It's okay for a woman, but not a man. I thought, that's really unfair because you don't know the story behind it. That's not just an older guy.
That's a younger guy. Yeah. That's you know what that is? That's a mom and me being aware of all the surroundings and the situations. And I don't care if you're male, female, old, young. If you're standing there and your behavior is out of place for the situation.
And that's it, the behavior.
It's the behavior that would get me. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on you kind of thing.
So Disney adult could be anyone from 21 to 81.
Yeah.
You could still be a Disney adult.
You could still be an adult. If there is an old guy just happily sitting on a bench, just looking up at the castle or looking over there or drawing. I've seen where I've walked by where it's older people and they're sitting on a bench and they literally are drawing. And there was one guy, I remember he was probably 70, if I had to guess. And he was sitting there and he had a little thing of popcorn. And he was drawing and he was watching people walk by and then he'd draw again and watching people walk by. And I remember thinking, like, I wonder what he's drawing. And I assumed he was drawing the castle or Mickey or something related to Disney. And I walked behind him to kind of see, and he was drawing a leaf. Like a big, but it was gorgeous. It was actually, he was doing a really good job. But I was like, that's just, okay. But he was very into it. So maybe it was just, but it was a leaf. Like a...
Might have been the atmosphere he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted the atmosphere of...
Yeah.
I mean, Disney is... And I will admit, I like Disney better than I like California Adventureland. California Adventureland to me...
Yeah, see, California Adventureland doesn't do it for me. I don't know we go all the time and don't go over to California Adventureland. But there's people who love Marvel. They're really into the comics and they're really into Spider-Man and stuff. And they love it. Like it's, good for them. Like, there you go. But
like I said, the prices, because the stuff they have there, you can find it online for half the price. But it's part of the experience of going to it.
Yeah. And that's Ace. Okay, now he's on a roll tonight. He's not only this much. It's the experience. And then like, I wish it wasn't so expensive. I do wish that, because it is really rough. Like in my thought process, for the amount of money I spend for us to go for like 3 days, 4 days, I could take my daughter on a really amazing trip, vacation. And that's what I do want to start putting that in. So not just Disney, but she loves it just as much as I do.
But just think, you could do Disney in Japan, you could do Disney in France, you could do
Not
Disney.
gonna lie, that's one of my plans. Disney around the world.
It's an option. And I hear the one in Japan was fantastic.
YouTube, I don't know anybody, but I was watching a couple of ones of Japan, and they were saying that in Japan, they don't have fast passes, that everybody gets in line and they just patiently wait. And it is very busy there. And somebody said, yeah, but somebody's got to be able to pay enough money. And this is a culture thing. Somebody's got to be able to pay enough money, blah, blah, blah. And somebody said, no, even when the CEO of Disney goes to Disneyland in Japan, they get in line and wait just like everybody else.
Wow.
Here in America, we're so used to being able to go, let me throw money at it and get something different than everybody else.
Well, they got the one thing at Disneyland where you can get personally escorted or something around.
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. And that I would not spend, like, that'd be cool. But like you can buy, it's like, it's a VIP. So you can do VIP for like, I think it's 4 hours or like 7 hours. I don't know. I have to look again, but it's a ridiculous amount of money. And yeah, basically you don't ever wait in line. They give you whatever snacks you want. You have priority seating for the fireworks, but it sucks. It is gearing towards more of what family's got more money. And there will be a point where middle-class family can no longer go to Disneyland. And that's just how it is. And it's only for the elite rich. And that's how, and it's...
Which was never the intention of that. It really wasn't.
Mm-mm. You and your sundown syndrome, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Anything else you want to add about Disney?
I guess my thing would be, like, if you don't understand it, like, if just, again, like, I wouldn't understand why people take, go fishing. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand, because I like to think, like, hey, I understand everybody else likes their thing. Like, going and sitting out on a boat and just sitting there waiting for a fish, and somebody else be like, it's so relaxing. Just recognize that everybody in the world has their own thing. Yeah. It doesn't mean people are creepy or weird or, have some childhood trauma they need to figure out. Maybe there is just something about it that brings them happiness. And that's all we need in the world. If it brings you happiness, good for you.
I mean, we all know people that can go to Disneyland and not have a good time. They don't like the rides. If you don't like the rides, you're not going to enjoy it. You could, but you probably aren't. I don't go on all the rides, but I think being willing to go on the rides is a big thing.
Yeah.
If you've got a person that goes and they don't enjoy crowds, like Amber said, if you don't pick a time.
Yeah, if you've got, and I will throw out there, PTSD. I know people who crowds freak them out, and I completely understand that. Yeah, Disney is not going to be your place, and understandably, it's not. Like,
although saying that, if you're on the autism spectrum, they have a special program.
They think of everybody, inclusive of everybody. Like they do. They have a program that if you have a child, adult, doesn't matter what, who has a need of some kind, like they can't stand in line or they get overstimulated by crowds, and it's legit, not just, they will make an exception, and it doesn't cost any more. They do what they do they do what they can to reach out to everybody.
I was impressed with the autism thing, though. A friend of mine took the granddaughter and the grandchildren, and one of the children was on the autism spectrum. And what they do is they have a special badge that the people that work in the grounds know what that means. The kid knows what it means. Nobody else, it wouldn't stick out to anybody else. Mm-mm. And if they see a kid getting overwhelmed, or adult with autism, they will, have a place that person go, and they can take, say it's a kid, they can take the mom and the kid, and they'll go let them sit down somewhere quietly, somewhere, away from everybody.
Backstage, they've got an area.
Yeah, they've got an area, especially for them. They will, if they have to take them out of line, it's like, oh, well, tough, you got to get in the back of the line. No, they'll let them get back in line
basically
again.
Given a fast pass and put you right back to where you were. Like, they think of a lot of stuff.
They do. The organization itself is a good concept. It has gone a little bad, shall we say, but the Disneyland itself is fun.
Yeah.
We will be going again this year. Mm-hmm. Probably next year.
Yep. Probably the year after that.
Now, I prefer more sitting on the beach in Hawaii. That is more my style. It's not necessarily swimming, just sitting on the beach in Hawaii. But I love going with her. I love going with my granddaughter because they do.
And I was going to say, maybe that's another reason I love it. I love the chaos. That's where I thrive. I like the chaos. I like the being around so many people. And the other thing I was thinking real quick is the rides are like, again, inclusive. They're not just super all fast, scary rides. Like they've got little kid ones. They've got medium ones. They've got water rides. They've thought
It's
of
a
all
Small World. My favorite. Every year they have to do it for me. We got to do It's a Small World.
It's only fair.
Yep.
And then you come out singing that song for 9 hours straight.
But it's a great relaxing ride.
Now I don't know once Evelyn grows up and doesn't want it if I'll still be into it. I might at that point be like, well, I don't have any friends who like Disney and I don't want to go by myself. So, no, I don't go anymore. It might be different. It might be different vacations. But right now it is something I really, really love doing.
And I think the first time we ever took her, she was probably about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So now there is another place. We'll have to talk about it sometime on another one. There's a place in England called Alton Towers.
That's a good place too.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I like theme parks.
You do.
I love theme parks. So that's not surprising that my favorite place is Disney. Yeah. I love rides and roller coasters and lots of people and yeah.
So that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us. Keep on hitting that like button. A lot of you have. Subscribe. We appreciate the comments. And we will answer back. Sometimes it might take me a week to answer you back, but I'm trying to get better about that. I didn't realize I could set up notifications, so I did.
We're learning.
We are learning. This is all very much learning. But we have some of our shorts have hit over 2,000, which we are shocked by. The followers on the long ones too, but we understand that most people like the shorts, and so we'll keep on doing the shorts as well.
Yeah.
But saying that, we'll say goodbye from Ace over here.
And Snowflake.
Amber and myself. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.